is Danny Limelight, and I need all of you to subscribe to According to Woods podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and all other platforms.
What's good, party people? This is According to Woods, and I have the honor and privilege of doing a Spinal Tap movie review with fierce females, BigFemVader, Ayesha, Raymond.
Hi.
Holy
Hi.
hell, Spinal Tap. Ayesha, how are you?
I love this film. I like hair metal. I like metal in general, and generally this film flashes back to me from me watching Break the Walls Down, Chris Jericho's VHS, when he introduced you to Moon Goose McQueen, and I was just like, this is why I love this film.
Yes. No, and it's funny because I mean, admittedly, when you were like, let's do this, I like parodies, but I also don't like parodies and shit I love, right? I like wrestling, I like MMA, I like fucking music, right? And so when I see parodies of shit I know, like when you see like Hollywood try to do wrestling and they might not be wrestling fans, right? And you're just like, oh, right? There's never, I mean, aside from Warrior, the Tom Hardy whatever fucking movie, like there isn't a good MMA movie, right? That's what I feel. But even with that, as true to they fucking played it, right? They literally had an instance where, no, I'm sorry, that was fucking Foxcatcher. Foxcatcher, when the dude Schultz, Dave Schultz, right? And then he got to the fucking UFC and everything like that. Well, he faced Gary Big Daddy Goodrich, a UFC heavyweight, a gentleman of African descent, right? They made him Russian, I think, or it might have even been Warrior, where like it's Kurt Angle was a Russian, but yeah, something like that. It gets weird. There's so like it's just like your favorite fucking wrestler getting called up to the WWE main roster. It's like, you're gonna get ass loads of money, but it's good luck on being featured in Endeavored in 16 months.
16? Is that how much? Wow.
I mean, aside from Nakamura, like that's not even fucking Samoa Joe was whatever, and Nick Khan is fucking running roughshod that even Triple H wasn't in the fucking queue. He didn't even know, and he was like, "Hey Joe, fuck that sucks. I'll call you later." He basically, Triple H is Carly Rae Jepsen, right? He's like, call me maybe. That was it. That's what I want to believe.
And there was the wrestling rant by Adam Woods.
Just saying. But yeah, fucking Spinal Tap, man. I don't think I had watched the entire fucking movie. I see clips and phrases. I saw references and what have you. But my God, this is every behind the music. This is everything. You name the band, whether it be Journey, Def Leppard, Van Halen, what have you. This is it. And it's funny because this was done 84, a year before my birth. I'm aging myself here. But a year before my birth is when it was released. And think about the references, right? They only had like Yoko Ono, right, of the Beatles and the Beatles deal. And I don't know if Van Halen had hit in this kind of era. Maybe they were still touring in clubs and everything like that, but like, this is almost like fucking Motley Crue, like the fucking Dirt, what would become that Netflix whatever. This is the Dirt before the Dirt.
I mean, for me to watch this film, it was funny to see the complete parody because, again, like you, I only saw clips for a while, and then I watched Break the Walls Down, and then I found this movie actually existed as a movie. Like, one point in my life, I genuinely believed this was a real band. I really did. It worked me. I got worked.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I mean, if you can work the worker, that's a pop. That's a fucking behind the curtain pop.
I know, but even the way that it's filmed, I mean, this is filmed as a mockumentary, so it's a mock to a documentary. Nothing is real in this entire fictional world, and the most amazing thing about the entire thing and the entire piece is most of the scenes that were done were actually improvised by the guys that were acting. There was no set script. So they were literally just living out their lives as if they were these characters 24/7.
Yeah, and it's funny, right? Because like we would hear later of Jim Carrey playing Andy Kaufman in A Man in the Moon, or some would even say Heath Ledger with the Joker, right? Like, but I mean, if you ask Michael Jai White, that didn't happen because that motherfucker was like in between takes, fucking doing card tricks and shit, So like, but it's just for me it was crazy because like I've seen a lot of these guys, right, in other films, right? The beautiful, what is it? The Beautiful Wind or Beautiful Noise with like Eugene Levy, like the guy who did. I think this was a Rob Reiner film, but like that acting troupe would go on for the next probably like 30 or 40 years to act on different movies together for pretty much their entire career.
And parody other bands. I think they were most famous for doing their little band parodies, is what they were famous for.
Yeah, no, 100%. Which I mean, even like the bass player, right, with the fucking Fu Manchu mustache, that's Harry Shearer. Like you've seen him and stuff, but moreover, he's one of the principal voices of like 80 characters on The Simpsons.
Yeah, it was kind of cool to see the mustache because I literally had a flashback. I'm like, does it go? Because it's not the Lemmy beard. It actually goes all the way down his neck, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, no, man, and again, there's just so many cool moments. Now, did you know there was actually a lawsuit?
I didn't.
Yeah, this is like there was a big hoopla over some of the actors because like let me see if I can pull it up. So what happened was Harry Shearer, funny that we were mentioning him, the bass player, sued saying the company manipulated financial information about the film and spin-offs to underpay royalties. Spinal Tap co-creators Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, and Rob Reiner subsequently joined as co-plaintiffs, and the suit sought a minimum of $400 million in damages for the film's creators. So, yes, the French fucked Spinal Tap.
What?
Google's a wonderful place.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, imagine, like, could they pick? I mean, it's almost like Rocky Horror, right? In terms of the cult classic, kind of fandom. Like you said, break the walls down, the Jericho VHS, or fuck Jericho's time and Jericho's entire career.
Actually,
is essentially fucking Spinal Tap, right? Like, that's it. I mean, right down to the fact, like, he hired back, his friend, fucking Dr. Luther, who. Oh God, Dr. Luther, Jesus Christ!
What, you didn't like him? No,
it's not like he fucking 30 seconds in, like his fucking entrance is like whatever. That blows. He's blown up. He's fucking blown up. You can't do fuck all after. And that's it. That's it. It's worse than the fucking Warrior, dude. At least the Warrior ran. This motherfucker trots out, whatever, with the fucking skinny, weird Lucha dude, and then he fucking blows up. He can do fuck all the rest of the match.
Maybe that was his tactic. That was the distraction.
For what?
Think of that.
What's the payoff?
Everybody else pays attention to the person kind of blowing on the floor while you just.
Okay. You're trying to tell me the payoff is like a fucking headlining run with the generic lucha guy that's supposed to be like a fucking like Serpentico or whatever the fuck.
I tried. I tried.
Yeah, I can't save that one. But anyway, I appreciate your willingness to see the bright and shiny fucking rainbows in it. But that whole pairing.
I try all the time to see the brighter side on everything.
I'm just saying, I like it. Speaking of bright sides, man, like, okay, so we had the lead singer and his like Yoko Ono type. Like a controlling band,
Justine.
Yeah. I forgot her name.
She reads your future and your tarots and your horoscopes and tells you everything.
Yeah. Speaking of like horoscopes and telling shit and whatever, the fact like this movie, right? It was almost unchanged. Think of every one of your favorite rock bands, right? Of the last what 30, almost 40 years from in 1984 since this shit was released, and even prior to that, because these guys had to have a fucking reference point, right? That this story is exactly the fucking same across the bend. I almost feel like there's like maybe a certain illuminating, speaking of bright side, illuminating society that might work in the darkness and shadows that might be like pulling the strings and like bringing the lead singer Coke and
Cut commercial.
I'm just am I gonna get canceled? Is that me getting canceled? Oh, I'm sorry.
He said nothing. He
I
didn't
said
mean
nothing.
it.
No. Oh, but yeah, man, it's so cool, and it's you're. Do you remember Coldplay, right?
Yes.
And the deal was like Gwyneth Paltrow at the time when her and Chris Martin were still together and married. She was trying to get that motherfucker to go solo, and he was like, "Nah, those are my mates. We're gonna fucking kick ass." And they're still making tremendous fucking records, and she's selling goop. I'm not making this
Mm,
shit up. She's literally
I,
selling goop.
I know. I saw it. It's
People are buying that shit by the fucking $30 for a tub of fucking goop.
People
The fuck?
also buy Belle Delphine's bathwater. Okay, just leave the memories alone. Let it go.
Okay, Ric
Let it
Flair retirement promo package. Leave the memories
go.
alone.
Some people
Won't
do.
change a thing. Nobody came to hear me sing. And if you did, good God, I'm sorry. But I gotta ask you a question, right? These are all American actors, and they're all playing British,
Mhm.
right? Is this cultural appropriation? Do you feel like
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm just saying?
Can I pull that card? Am I allowed?
Yes.
Is it a thing? Okay, yes, I'm very angry.
Okay.
The accents burned me to the. No, it didn't. Actually, I actually just found it entertaining. They sounded more Australian than English to me.
Well, it's just like what's it? The Wilder Valderrama when he did Fez on that '70s show, right? It says foreign exchange student. You couldn't like he. From what I hear, when he first started on the show, he was an immigrant. Like he'd only been in the country less than a decade at that point, and he didn't get the Americanisms yet. So he already had an accent, and he just layered on top of that fucking accent, and that's what we got in Fest. It was just indistinguishable, and that became a running fucking gag where like nobody knew where the fuck he was from, and I love those things. But again, I think I want to believe like they were Def Leppard, like that, like Def
Okay.
Leppard is Spinal Tap.
Okay. All right. I'll let you have that one.
You don't think so?
I literally just see a mesh of everything because of the way
Okay.
they act. Like the lead singer Nigel
Hmm.
acts. To me, he's a very area version of like young Ozzy Osbourne. The hair, the movements, everything he's doing. I see Black Sabbath sometimes. At sometimes even the way that the songs are put together, it's very Kiss, and I'm just like.
Hmm.
I see so many different bands around that era in there. I don't see one. There are so many different, just kind of just spliced into one. I'm a fan of Steel Panther. That is Steel Panther,
Yeah.
basically.
Shit. I like the Steel Panther when they were the Darkness. Darkness. Darkness is fucking amazing. Just love the Darkness. The Permission to Land fucking album. Good God. I test anyone to find a better like first album of the last like say 20 years.
Mm.
You're not gonna like that and like the Killer's Hot Fuss. Like you must not like. Oh, you didn't like the Hot
That's why I
Fuss.
went.
Okay. Okay, I'll keep it with Permission to Land. There you
There
go.
we go.
Permission to Land. Get your hands off my woman, motherfucker.
He's still
I
singing.
yeah, I know. No, I know. But Do you have a favorite memory or moment of this fucking movie?
My favorite moment of the movie is when they're listing all the drummers and the different ways that they've died, and the way that they just keep losing all these drummers and they just disappear from like what happens like I can't even remember the stories. That's really bad.
That was like 15 minutes in, and then like Harry Shearer was like, no, actually that dude didn't die or whatever, and
Yeah, I
like
saw him at the post office at that the other day, and they
yeah,
just told him we were in a band. I was like, where did the rest of them go?
hookers and blows. What I'm gonna go with. Thoughts and prayers to the fucking this is Spinal Tap, fucking drummers of old.
I know. What was your favorite part?
The fucking Stonehenge. Stonehenge. Oh my god, the Stonehenge is. I know it's classic and I know it's kitschy and whatever, but like I'd seen it, right? I'd seen it over the course of a number of years, right? But like I didn't see the setup, right? Them fucking drawing it on a napkin and whatever, and then the dude, the fucking tour manager is like whatever, and then the freak out and he yells at the fucking designer. It's like, bro, what you fucking said and whatever, and doesn't have the heart to tell them. And then the next scene is them on stage in full fucking Undertaker druid,
And it
right?
just floats to the
Yeah.
ground.
And then, and then they fucking whatever. They remember. Okay, so if the Undertaker, right, at Royal Rumble '92, fucking ascended, right, the fucking Stonehenge descended on the stage, right? It descended, right, and it was like you could tell it was like supposed to be a fucking dope
Momentous.
ass mummy moment, right, for the fucking band. And then Nigel just fucking looks and is like, ah, and he's supposed to still be in gimmick. He's still supposed to be in gimmick, but he's like, what the fuck? And then when it finally hits the stage, and then two dwarfs, like fucking just two dwarfs randomly, and they look like Andre the Giant compared to fucking whatever. But even if they got like a fucking life size fucking Stonehenge, what the fuck are the dwarfs to do?
The
Like,
thing is, the thing is that just confused me and like my partner. He literally said the same thing I said in my head, and it was they do know that Stonehenge is in England, right, and not Ireland. Those are leprechauns. I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but it's all the same. It's all the same
wow.
place. It's all the
Yeah,
same place.
it's like they've got a flag that's not American. Yeah.
It's the same place. It's fine. Just there you go. Here's some leprechauns.
Well, I was still like, no, I know for a fact, right? Like pre 9/11, horrible fucking thing, right? But could motherfuckers pre 9/11 pick out Afghanistan on a map? Same thing, right? Before fucking Conor McGregor, could most people nail Ireland? Could tell you one thing besides fucking Lucky from Lucky Charms, the cereal.
Or Guinness.
Huh?
What?
Guinness?
Guinness.
Okay.
The
I get.
the drink
Yeah,
Guinness.
the Guinness.
Ireland.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You said huh? I was like, wait, what?
No. I know Guinness, of course. Like, it's like it's black and it's a cup, and sometimes it's foamy if you do it right. Couldn't tell you what it tastes like. I was just like,
Gross, nasty.
okay, because I was just
horrible.
like, if I like, I'm black. It's black. If I drink it, I turn black.
It's deceiving. It makes you think it looks like chocolate, but really,
Not chocolate.
not close.
Whoa,
Not-
Guinness is not chocolate.
No, I don't know
thought-
what it is, but it's definitely not chocolate.
Why is it brown or
I
black?
don't want to know.
It probably fucking wait. Scotland is Loch Ness, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then no reference here.
No.
Because I was just like, what if it's the fucking, blood of old Loch Ness monster over there?
The blood of they're just draining Nessie, hooking him up to test tubes with barrels of Guinness underneath him. No.
Have you heard of a fucking sighting in like the last 20 years?
Good point.
But the distribution deals for fucking Guinness, right?
Good point.
I'm just saying, what country? I think even like in Somalia, they fucking got Guinness.
Probably.
And Somalia don't have shit, man. Sorry.
So, Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap. Oh, what do you think of the name Spinal Tap, man?
No, the thing is, this is Spinal Tap, so you have to do it with the jazz hands, and it has to be like emphasized. This is Spinal Tap. It's an awesome name.
This is Spinal Tap. Okay. But it's funny because like this is kind of fades into the background, and you got this big fucking metallic.
Spinal Tap.
Yeah, dude, with the German fucking whatever those two dots are above one of the letters.
I didn't even actually notice that until I was staring at the DVD cover. Thank you for that.
Yeah, man. I was trying to figure out where to put our pictures in the fucking YouTube card.
Like,
So I got quite acquainted after fucking a couple tequilas on what the fuck the idiosyncrasies of the fucking Spinal Tap logo.
Good. I'm glad Tequila was able to teach you a lot.
I'm just, yeah, man. It's just,
At least you tried.
yeah, I'm just saying, man. Yeah, because you remember I DM you, I was like, oh shit, I should create the link for the fucking thing, and then like hours later, maybe the tequila got me.
Okay. See, this is what happens when I leave you alone.
I'm just, yeah. What am I to do without you, Ayesha?
I know,
Oh,
right?
no.
He goes completely off track, completely off topic, starts
yeah.
talking about Guinness. See what's happened?
And Somalia. I'll
And
never
Somalia.
forget. No, so, and there's a point, right, at the end specifically, where it looks like, God, I forgot the
Nigel.
lead guitar.
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Blah,
That
blah,
guy.
I forgot his name. Yeah, that guy. Blonde-haired guy.
The leader guitar guy, right? Like he comes back into the fold, and he reunites, and he is on
Nigel.
stage.
Nigel.
Wait, who was the blonde one?
I can't remember his name. I just remember his girlfriend's name.
Okay. So, but whoever the fucking lead guitar guy, I watched the fucking thing. Well, you know what?
I know, right?
It was the fucking accents. I could not, like, even I'm deaf, right? So everything, even on my phone, like, I'll try to screenshot shit that'll happen to post on my social media and whatever. But it like, haha, you're deaf because there's subtitles even on your fucking phone. Yes, I'm that guy, right? So, but even my fucking closed captions was like, fuck you, asshole. This is indistinguishable.
Well,
just
I
fucking cut
watched it 1,000 times, so it's fine. Nah.
Okay.
You just didn't like my movie. That's what you didn't like.
No, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I love, the whole Jericho, it was Spinal Tap, Jericho basically playing on Spinal Tap of, like, which fucking, door is this and whatever. And that was the fucking Nitro skit with him and Ralphus, how he managed to not fucking face Goldberg, like that was pretty ingenious. Like, again, you see what fucking Goldberg did to Bret Hart, right? Shit, we have Spinal Tap to thank Jericho not falling of the same fate.
That's true. And it's even like, just to tie in with you made us watch Spice World. This is like almost a blueprint of what the Spice World movie was made up of. A band that's together, that's going on tour. Yes, they weren't failing. They were advertising more. Somebody screws up somewhere, they break up, and they have to come back together. That's literally the same story.
So if that's the case, then you're saying the Spice Girls as a band are fake.
Maybe they're not real after all.
Free Britney! I mean, I just felt like...
No, it's true. Free Britney.
Yeah. Oh, man. But it almost looked like, the lead guitarist that came back, like he was like kind of eyeing the fucking blonde one's gal, the tarot card reader off whatever. But then it also seemed like the manager was, and he had a paddle at the end. It just got fucking weird, is what I'm saying.
He explained exactly why he needed that paddle. It was for protection and power. It's two things you need to have in the business of music, apparently.
Double P?
Double P.
Double P is DP. Let's not go down there.
He said it.
I was just... yeah, I mean... anyway. dude. The okay, so there's to me, you say Ozzy, young Ozzy, and I get that for sure. But I also felt like there was some heavy tinges of Clapton, like especially because like I think they did the fucking Beatles thing, right?
Yeah,
Like they did the fucking Beatles thing, um, in hair metal form, obviously, but
yeah.
they did that, and you say like Spice World and every like kind of mockumentary shit is like this is the
That's
archetype.
kind of like yeah.
Well, you got to remember, fucking what 54 Hard Day's Night, Beatles fucking film. You know that wasn't gonna get a fucking Academy Award or a fucking BAFTA anytime soon. You know, it was just it's a vanity project, right? But there's a lot of it that I feel like it was like very Clapton-esque.
Uh, yeah, I'd agree with you. Okay, fine. You can have that one.
Also, the lead guitarist Eddie Van Halen, and I don't know
Yeah, good
because
point.
I was trying to say like, oh, it reminds me of fucking Def Leppard. Well, Def Leppard's Hysteria doesn't come out till '87, right?
The movie was
Which
April.
you could even make an argument, right? So Def Leppard had a heavier edge before Hysteria, right? Like they were more metal, okay, right? But then they went years without fucking hits and shit like that, and on the verge of fucking collapse and whatever. They put out this fucking poppy sounding record that is a complete departure from whatever the fuck they did. Well, and now we know them as fucking Def Leppard and nothing else. You did Pour Your Sugar on Me and what's the other one? Photograph. That's all we know. They're like a two fucking song band, even though they have this deep, deep fucking discography. But the fact that Spinal Tap comes out 3 years before, I'm all like, wasn't fucking Joe Elliott and the rest of the boys in Def Leppard going like, or maybe somebody at the fucking record company were like, you guys need to be more like Spinal Tap.
But even by what you're saying, they were already more like Spinal Tap because Spinal Tap had a very convoluted timeline, but a history and a past. And supposedly, even though they were children and then they were a band at the same time that were playing in the 50s, they had like a collection of albums and a history before they were the people who stand in front of you. People just don't remember or care.
Did they play skiffle? Were they a skiffle band?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how I
And a
know that?
barbershop quartet as well.
Yeah. Which is, again, for a time period, it's kind of weird because, like, the Barbershop Quartet, right, the days of that was like the 1920s. Then you go to, like, skiffle, like, even the Who played skiffle. Actually, you want to, like, a present day presentation of English skiffle? Well, if you look at the breakdown of Paramore's I'm Into You, I believe that's the song. There's the breakdown that happens, and there's this like cool little fucking bass kind of interlude. That is straight fucking skiffle. And again, here we go again. Americans doing British and trying to make something of it. That's what we do. We're like, oh, tyranny, no queen. But all of our American talent shows have British.
Yeah, no. It's because you guys like the accent. That's what it is.
Have you been to Texas?
I haven't been to Texas, but I know people from Texas.
They have accents from what I hear. Bostonians, they also have accents. New Yorkers, we have
Yeah, but like
accent.
our accent.
Oh, okay, that's true. I like it. Yeah,
See?
I like the accent. No, 100%.
See?
Howie Anderson says, what weight does she fight at? Actually, Howie, she is a professional wrestler that has been featured in such things as the WWE Mae Young Classic and might be the major domo of Fierce Females that is so eloquently displayed right behind. Yeah,
Right
so,
there.
yeah.
And currently, I fight at COVID weight.
Corona weight is
1,000
really a
pounds
fucking
of
thing.
protein and muscle and hugeness.
Yeah, dude, Corona weight is really a fucking thing. So I'm just saying. No, he says, okay, just got here. No worries. Come, bring a friend. Share with a friend, Howie. There's
Bring
always time.
people.
Always time. Yeah. No, man. There was another fucking deal where I like the breakup. I really do. Because, like, with when bands break up, you almost know that they're gonna get back together. It's just like when. What is gonna be the catalyst? You know, you look at like fucking like everybody loves the little Filipino dude in Journey. Arnel Pineda is amazing,
Oh.
right? But like everybody's like, when Steve Perry. They might not even fucking know Steve Perry's name, but they're like, there's a guy that wasn't the fucking Asian dude, and he used to be in Journey. What the fuck happened to him?
Oh.
Like the Misfits just got back together, like before COVID. The Misfits, like fucking Jerry Only and Glenn Danzig. Yeah, the motherfucker that got beat the fuck out of by a fat dude.
Didn't know that.
You haven't seen them? Oh my god. I'm gonna show you fucking you know about Danzig, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was like one of the fucking this is like early days of YouTube, like 05 or 6 or whatever. But he was touring with this other fucking band or whatever, and the lead singer of the other band was a portly gentleman, almost looked like Supreme of XPW fame, right? Or the Baldies, like the in ECW. They're just the short, fat, bald. You get the thing, right?
Yeah.
And apparently Danzig was being disrespectful, and big fucking muscular Danzig and dark son of Siam and whatever the fuck. Well, he says like 2 words come out of his mouth, and this little short, portly son of a bitch just KOs him. Just fucking mollywops him. Swear to God, I'm gonna send you the fucking shit.
Why are you laughing at other people's pain? He's truly an evil man.
I like punchy and
Run.
kicky things.
I like punchy and kicky things with entertainment mixed on the side.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true. Look, Howie Atherton says, "How's her stand-up game? Is she open to bare knuckle?" Well, here's the thing, Howie. She might have a partner that did real UK style bare knuckle. So I'm just saying.
Hit me up if you want an opponent. I'll train
Woo-hoo!
him. I'll be his Adrian.
Oh, love it. So there you go, Howie. There you go. What there was Rob Reiner, right? Arguably one of the greatest directors of all time. He's in on it. Like, I want to know what the fucking pitch was, right? Because obviously we saw like Almost Famous, right? Cameron Crowe, him, following. I believe it was Zapp, right? It was following Zapp and whatever. But that was done, close to the chest and everything like that. And yes, he created a fictitious band, but everybody knows that was fucking Zapp, right? And him being a teenage reporter for Rolling Stone, like crazy. Cameron Crowe was a teenage reporter, and writing with Zeppelin, right? As like I have a 14-year-old. There's no fucking way I would let that fucking guy go.
It depends. Lie. Depends.
Really?
If somebody handed you a briefcase of money and then went, "We need him," would you do it?
No, that's some
Briefcase.
that's some Epstein shit, dude. No,
Okay.
not. Yeah,
I respect that. That's good.
Yeah,
Most
no,
people would sway when.
But I also might have some AMC, so there goes my fucking briefcase full of money. No, maybe I don't, because there's gonna be one day I just fucking disappear, and like nobody fucking knows and whatever. I'm not gonna McAfee and suicide myself or something like that. I might be doing this from a remote island, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. He's gonna buy his own island with airspace. So if you come to his island, he'll just shoot you down.
Or you can just get out.
You just not come to my island.
Not come. Just leave me alone. Leave me be in the island. I'm not messing with anybody. Leave me be. Good God. No, but I mean, Cameron Crowe was a teenage reporter in Rolling Stone around the same time as fucking Hunter S. Thompson. Yeah, the Fear and Loathing of Las Vegas guy. Like, that dude was a reporter from Rolling Stone. Coke and Blow, Gonzo, where he fucking the 1976 like Republican National Convention and whatever, and he's on fucking every drug known to man, and he's covering all this shit, and there's shape shifting and all that shit.
God, that
Amazing.
movie gave me a headache and a half.
It did, but that was the movie, which was a toned down version of his life. So again, imagine Cameron Crowe is they're getting their paychecks. A 14-year-old Cameron Crowe and Hunter S. Thompson are getting funded by the same company that is Rolling Stone. Wild. But see, Rob Reiner, right, may not be Cameron Crowe, right? The fact that they just did like a mockumentary. But again, Spinal Tap happens like literally almost a decade and a half before Almost Famous. Yeah. So even that, and that's what I was saying, every fucking rock band that ever breaks up or anything, right? They have this fucking story. So I'm just like, nobody goes like, hey, I saw what those motherfuckers doing. Let me not do that.
Yeah. You know when you said that, when those guys said they were going to make their friend's girlfriend the manager, let's not do that. Or that girl that's your girlfriend, can she just stay home? Yeah, let's do that. Is she part of the band? No. Oh, then you can't come on the bus. Can you play an instrument? No. Oh, well, wrestling rules. No backstage. Like, are you a wrestler? No. Then where are you going?
Yeah, I like it. No, that makes absolute sense. But then again, it's just like, that's part of the fun, isn't it? Like, how could you be superior over like all the people? Like, oh fuck, that's another fucking favorite deal when they bring the fucking apparently when you do meats and cheeses on a board, apparently it's called charcuterie. I didn't even know.
Charcuterie?
Charcuterie. That's actually a fucking thing. When you put when you go to the party, there's like a meat tray or whatever. Like the formal name is charcuterie.
Oh,
it's weird. Fucking weird.
What's a smorgasbord other than?
I don't know. That, but drunk.
Literally, Riri was had a heart attack because I said, "What's a smorgasbord?"
Uh oh. I don't want to get you heat.
And he just called me an uncultured swine.
Oh, that's hard to the.
You see, that's what happened at this house. Carry on.
That's no, but when they fucking did the meat and cheese tray and whatever, and they had the little fucking toast and the big ass salami, and it's a regular fucking salami, but they had little fucking toast, which I don't know if you guys have them there, but like that was a thing. Like there's these. Like when you get those, what is it? When nobody knows what the fuck to get you for Christmas, and they gave you like the meat and cheese tray. There used to be like biscuits that were shaped like toast, and they were like rye bread and whatever.
Oh no, yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, but like he's like, why the fuck? Like he had a fucking breakdown. His brain fucking exploded.
Do it with this because if you put it on like this, it just breaks off. You see, there's just no point of it anymore. But if I put it on like this, and then that's just a waste of bread. Like this is ridiculous.
Yes. Yeah. And he was like almost in a crying fit where the manager had to calm him down. But the funny thing about that was, I mean, that they spent so much time. This is like a fucking 2-minute bit of a fucking feature film. And they're fucking rattling on about fucking why the biscuit and the salami didn't fit well together. I was just like, that's like Joe Rogan on Fear Factor. That's fuck you money. That's like into your art that you don't give a fuck. That 2 hours. And also the people who edited the film, they didn't leave that shit on the cutting room floor. They're like, yeah, no, that
put
stays
that
in
the film.
That stays in. Like I was just like that's like fucking. Do you know of Bruiser Bedlam of Smoky Mountain?
Yeah, no. I'm gonna say no, so I don't get it wrong.
Okay, so in Jericho's first book, he's detailing him.
Oh no, there you go. Yes, I do. Thank you.
The True to the Crew tattooed guy and whatever that drove all the way from fucking Canada all the way to Tennessee for like $20. Drove like from another country to Tennessee.
That's a worker.
Yeah, man. But like that fucking editor gets my fucking, according to what's Bruiser Bedlam, True to the Crew award, right? That the fucking editor, like, they left that sumbitch in, like, and again, if you told like somebody about this movie and told them like nothing else, like that deal is like a great that's all you had to do for the trailer, like that, like we're gonna fucking talk about the fucking size and the proportion to meat, which funny enough, right, I don't know if it's a fucking reference or not, but have you watched the first Father of the Bride film with Steve Martin?
Yes, I have.
Okay, you remember when fucking George Banks loses his ever living shit because his fucking 1972 tuxedo doesn't fit and it rips, and then he goes to the fucking shop to get
And he
some
gets a
buns
blue 70 thing
with
that he
the
make
fucking
him wear.
ruffles and shit like that, and then he takes that bitch, goes to the fucking shop to get buns and hot dog, right?
But they only have 6 buns, but 7 hot dogs. So what am I supposed to do with the extra hot dog that can't go in the bun?
Right. So, are you following me? That Spinal Tap, the gift of Spinal Tap keeps on giving, because I want to believe that whoever was fucking writing, Father of the Bride, could be Steve Martin and a litany of people, whatever. But they're inspired, because that was it. Like, if anybody else does like this fucking belligerent rat breaking the, I always attribute it to fucking Clark Griswold in fucking Christmas Vacation when he gets a fucking Jelly of the Month certificate where he thinks he's gonna get a big ass bonus. That low down, fucking hallelujah, holy shit. That's it, right? So this meat and biscuit fucking deal gave birth to George Banks, this fucking hot dog rant.
And what a great rant it was. It wasn't even that, do you remember the part when Justine comes up with their new costume attire, and it's all the zodiac signs, and the antenna that she gives little Crabman for being Cancer, and then her boyfriend, who is her shining star, gets to be this luscious lion. You're like, you're a prick.
Yo, do you guys have Masked Singer out there?
No.
So Fox Television, right? The fucking home of WWE SmackDown for us here in the States. Well, they have a fucking reality show called The Masked Singer, where fucking celebrities dress up in these like fucking attire, like a sports mascot or a fucking Disney character, and they sing.
I've seen the advert for that, but I don't know if we've actually carry on.
Yeah, but like, again, this is where Spinal Tap keeps on giving. Maybe that fucking bit is like the emphasis of this fucking show. You know what the chick did in Spinal Tap? Let's do that, but for real. Let's get motherfuckers that we haven't seen in 20 fucking years, but are still technically a celebrity, and make them sing. Let's dress them up as a fucking crab or an ear of corn, and have them sing, and what have you.
And see if you remember who they are.
American television. It's great.
It's not so bad.
I don't know. Man, I'm jonesing for the fucking days of Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. That was great.
Oh no.
Did you ever see that?
No, Takeshi's Castle is what I was watching.
Oh my god. Okay. Do you know Wipeout? Okay. So Most Extreme Elimination Challenge was on Spike TV at the time where WWE had just come onto Spike TV here in the States. And think Wipeout, what you know about Wipeout, but it's all in Japanese, and there's English subtitles.
I want to watch it now.
Like, and for whatever, and so the original show, it was called Takeshi's Castle, and I think it was like it aired in Japan about like 80s, 90s, maybe, right? So it's dated, and when fucking Most Extreme Elimination Challenge happened, it was like late 90s, early 2000s, right? But what ends up happening is, let's say there's a group of schoolgirls that team up to fucking take on the Takeshi's Castle or whatever, right? And they're like, here's the future gynecologist. The fucking overdub is like, here's the future gynecologist of America and whatever. And it's like, and if they do like the peace sign, like, guess what things are going? Like they actually allow that on TV. That was, again, American fucking television, man. Just saying.
You gave us some good ones. We're not mad at you that much.
Okay.
We're not mad at you.
I don't know, man. Boris Johnson probably has something to say about us. Jesus Christ. Yasser Arafat, that person too. Wow. They're probably like, death to America or whatever. In any event, would you like to see a fucking Spinal Tap reboot?
Yes, but sets. I don't know how you do it because you'd have to muddle the storyline. Set now, but them now, like as if they still think that they're superstars, like the wrestler mode. Like they're still playing at like lounges and like bars, and they still think they're superstars. And in their heads, that I'd love to see the delusional breakdown because that's where I see this band going. It's only downwards from here.
Could you see it recast though?
No. I honestly couldn't see anybody else in those roles. I think the actors that did those roles improvised so much that they became those characters, and now I couldn't actually put anybody else. No. Could you?
No. I mean, I almost feel like 2 out of the 3 are gonna go to Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Like I almost feel like that's just, that's just.
But now would it be Matt Damon and Ben Affleck? Wouldn't it be, like Leonardo DiCaprio and Thingy Jonas?
No, I'd even say like they do like what's that guy? Machine Gun Kelly, right? He's been in some WWE things. Like the guy that boxes all the fucking retired MMA and boxers, the Paul brothers, the Suicide Force brothers. Like those 3. That's what I feel it would be like Spinal Tap.
Okay.
But I also feel like their entire existence is fucking Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
Like the Kardashians. Like that's Spinal Tap. Like
you just put a weird image in my head that's never gonna see the light of day.
Kim with the fucking Fu Manchu. That's great. I like it. I love it, man. No, so that's what I'd say. It's like, and then like as one of the drummers, it'd be like Action Bronson with his fucking beard, because he actually kind of looks like the drummer that survived.
The drummer that survived, the one that didn't mysteriously disappear.
Yeah. Oh, that's another fucking great moment, right? Because at the end, right, and it was almost like Josie and the Pussycats, where DeJour shows back up. Well, they showed 2 when they rolled the credits. They showed 2 of the drummers.
Yeah, they did. We know where they were now.
Just saying. Like, oh man, it's, yeah.
Or maybe it was a lie. They made up the story all along. They tried to work us.
That too. No, 100%. That too. But even like talking about improvising. That's the fucking shit. I try to make it more complicated than it was. But no, like Sacha Baron Cohen's entire fucking career, right? From Ali G to fucking Borat to,
everything else.
Everything is that, like before what Sacha Baron Cohen was able to do, this is the archetype in terms of as a creator, right? As an actor, as a performer, what you can do just on your own kind of construct of what the character is. And you know what's even funnier? Like, there was the record company in Atlanta, right? And they showed the building. Well, that was the Westin Bonaventure downtown LA, right?
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, because I was in ROTC in high school, and we would have the military ball because somebody saw fit that they would actually have active military servicemen and then kids that were actually in high school in ROTC attend the same ball. Which, I mean, long story short, if you were a dude in high school,
Mm-hmm.
the girl that you thought you were gonna go somewhere with went with
Mm-hmm.
somebody that was in the actual military.
So
That
you
might
made
have also
you.
been an age when you weren't of age. Yeah, Cosby's out. Yes, Cosby's out. No, but
Take the name of Spinal Tap.
yeah,
No more.
no, no. Even the first venue that they played was the Hollywood Palladium, and they were like, they said it was like someplace. I forgot where they said it was, like somewhere in like the Midwest, like in Milwaukee or whatever. And I was like, oh no, like that's where I saw fucking Slash and Lenny Kravitz, like the Palladium. It's been there forever.
Oh no! Speaking of the concert scenes, the when they get lost backstage, that literally, like I've done that before.
Have you really?
I have been. I think it was the Worthing Pavilion. It was it's a venue in Worthing that we used to go to a lot. I remember when I first went there, and I had to go through the other way because Heels and Faces can't come through the same door, as you know, because we hate each other. Raw, girl. So I was shown the way once, and I could hear my music playing, and I literally spent about 2 minutes running around backstage trying to find my way to the door. So when I saw that scene in the movie, I'm like, yep, I've done that before. I'm
Were
still
you
gonna
about
have
to
it.
make your entrance though,
I
or
had a long intro. I was okay.
wow? Did they play the music twice?
No. My music at the time was Ace of Spades, so it has a very long intro. Yes, moving on.
I love it. No, I mean you're mentioning, obviously Motorhead, Ace of Spades, Lemmy, right? Well, here's the deal, right? I want to believe that was the catalyst for the look of Harry Shearer, right? But also it became the Harley race, which ended up becoming the Triple H circa 2005.
True. Which then became the Lemmy again, and then the Triple H at the same time.
Wrestling, man, wrestling. Ugh. No, but yeah, man. There's so much. Actually, okay. Do have you heard the Steely Dan song "Reelin' in the Years"?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a gentleman by the name of Jeff Skunk Baxter. He's a long tenured session musician and whatever. Like you see him, he's like if you've ever seen any of the Blues Brothers movies, he's the guy with the glasses and the Fu Manchu and the fucking
Mm-hmm.
beret. Cause why? I don't know. But
Just cause.
for some reason, I was just like, I want to hear "Reeling in the Years," right? But I want to hear a version that I've never heard before, right? And again, this Jeff Skunk Baxter, right? Skunk. He's dingy. He's whatever, right? So I pulled up on YouTube a version of Reeling on the Years on the Midnight Special, which was like the 1970s TRL. It was like top of the pops for you guys there.
Yes.
We had Midnight Special. That was actually at midnight, right?
Oh.
But it was Jeff Skunk Baxter less skunky. He had like a fucking like nicely pressed hair, but he had the fucking Fu Manchu mustache. I want to believe that Harry Shearer's character is fucking Jeff Skunk Baxter.
You can have that belief. I literally
Oh,
just see every 70s hippie in that
let's
guy.
see. Let me see if I can. I really want to feel like I go ahead and talk on because
No,
I'm going to pull up a fucking picture.
I literally feel like he just looks like every kind of 70s laid back hippie. And he's so like airily out of the picture all the time. It kind of fits within his persona. It's weird. He's there and not there at the same time in mind and body.
Yeah, no, 100%. Oh yes, I've got it. I've got it. Let's see if I can pull this up. How do I share it on the screen?
I
Oh, I
know.
want to do this. Okay, got
He
it.
wants to show us
I
something.
am going to show you Jeff Skunk Baxter, and you tell me. You be the judge.
Okay.
That's Harry Shearer's fucking character. How is that not him?
That's actually true. And the glasses as well. All right, fine. You get 10 points.
Yes. Ah! Yes. Man, what do you think the lasting impact of Spinal Tap is? I mean, comedy, mockumentary, but obviously, you know, from '84 on, there the references for this movie, even in other movies, in other shows, in wrestling, in pop culture, right? It's synonymous with this fucking deal, right? So, what do you, for you, what is the long-standing impact of This Is Spinal Tap?
I think it just kind of it embodies that whole "you we started together, we'll finish it together" kind of like full circle friendship. Even though previous like I personally feel if there was a Spinal Tap 2 and they just continued on with the story, it would just be their horrible descent into madness. But I just think it was just kind of nice to see them go through what people went through within the music industry and like the trials and tribulations and the horrible girlfriends and struggling managers, actually rubbish managers, and then actually being together at the end. Together, they had that moment in front of the Japanese touring audience
Yeah.
together.
Which, again, the Japanese lover of all things, and I'm so like it. It brought me so much joy that it's not like Sheboygan, fucking Missouri or whatever the fuck. Like the Japanese got it. Like they got the fucking, even in the mockumentary, you gotta give respect to fucking Japan.
Hmm. Hmm.
Just saying, man. Oh, really quick, did you? Were there any drug references? I don't think there was,
I don't think they were.
because I was listening and watching for it. It wasn't, which is different from like Mark Mark Wahlberg in Rockstar, right? Because
Mhm.
there was definitely
Way
some,
too much.
yeah, right. So I think, and especially all the bands that would follow the kind of archetype of a band getting back together and whatever. Usually it was like girls and drugs. The fact that they were able to tell the story and not have the drug thing, like you could theoretically show this to mom.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you actually could. It's done in such a silly kind of entertaining way that you this is actually it is a you, isn't no, it's 15. What am I talking about?
So
Oh.
you gave me 10 points earlier. So in terms of the point system of Big Fem Vader, Ayesha Raymond, what would you give This Is Spinal Tap as a score?
I would give it now, especially rewatching it as a much more mature adult. Uh, I'd give it like a 7.5. It was missing a story. There was too, as funny as it was, there was too much random because
Yeah.
you had like a beginning part, bits that happened, the middle part, bits that happened, and then the end conclusion with them singing together. That's kind of what it was. You could have basically listened to the album and it would have been just as entertaining, kind of.
Whoa. What did you think about the song choices?
It's weird because I could hear the kind of connection and references to other songs, and then because again I'm a Steel Panther fan, I could hear like that kind of style of music, and I was just like, the parodies are terrible. Um, when he was referencing Mozart and Bach, and he blatantly just ripped off about four like chords for no reason in the middle of the song, it was just like, oh, okay, that was your reference. Good research.
And he even called like the mess up, right? He called it something like he had like a Bennifer s name, right? Taking Bandit Jennifer. He said Beethoven Bach. Was it like Mock or
Yeah, it
so?
was Mach. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's like Beethoven and Bach, so it's a Mach. I'm like, wow.
I don't know why I popped so hard for that. I was just like, and in my head I was like Mock, because like yes, Mock Razor, Mock one, fucking breaking the land speed record or whatever. But also, this is a mockumentary. So if they
Mhm.
just like peel back the fucking curtain and broken that fucking wall again, that fourth wall again, or like mock, they tell you right,
Got you
right,
again.
yeah. Ah man, I love this movie, and maybe it's unfair because like I said like you give it a fucking star system. Maybe it's because Cosby got out, but I like everything that isn't Cosby. So I'm gonna give this one a 10 out of 10.
Everything gets a 10. You get a 10, and
You
you
get a
get a
10.
10, and
You get a
everyone
10.
gets
You
a
get a 10.
10.
Ah! But you gotta pay the taxes. You
Wait,
gotta
what?
fucking pay the taxes. Taxes are important. Don't be like IRS.
That's true.
Don't be like IRS. Just saying. Or an Irish shyster. What's his racist as shit because he was Jewish and they called him a shyster. That was weird. It's weird. But yeah, man. Fucking this is Spinal Tap. This is great. Ayesha, where can
Yes.
they find you, Mademoiselle? On the
Well,
socials.
you can find me on the socials. Let me see if I can navigate my finger. The BigFemVader. If you type that in to each and every social media you can possibly think of, you're gonna get this beautiful face, as well as Fierce Females, that behind me, Fierce Females Glasgow or Fierce Females Wrestling, and you can also check me out and have fun times on that Efkin show on Twitter, Spotify, and everything else. Come have happy times with me.
Happy
Happy
times.
times.
And just so you guys know, the link tree for everything she says, including a Pro Wrestling Tees store, so you can get Big Fem Vader merchandise anywhere you are, unless you're in Somalia, because they probably don't like things there. But I digress. You can definitely, if you're a Somalian and you want me to shill a Big Fem Vader shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees for you, then that's what you're getting here. So shout out to Somalia, shout out to you guys, and if you guys haven't already subscribed to the podcast, I don't know what you're fucking doing, but don't just believe me and subscribe to the podcast. But here's Zeta Zhang.
Hey, this is Zeta Zhang. Make sure you subscribe